There we go. This is exciting. Can you hear me?
Papa, can you hear me? Braxton, can you hear me?
I can.
Kit
Can you
Kats,
hear me?
Kit Kats, Kit Kats.
I feel like I'm soft.
Betty Butter bought some butter, but she says
there we
this
go.
butter's bitter.
There we go. Now we're popping in the headies.
Butthole, 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 butthole.
Okay.
Butthole.
Can I-
Miguel's here.
Okay, can I get a clap? Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a one clap.
1, 2, 3.
Nice. That was pretty
That was
in
a nice
sync.
job.
This is Chris Hansen.
This is TJ Hushmanzada,
Chad doing Rip City Radio here.
This is Jamie Hudson,
and I need to let y'all know something. You're listening
You're
to
listening to
and you're listening to
It just makes
This Just Makes Sense.
Just makes sense.
Woo! Way better than Chris Hansen.
Seriously.
Some people do this for the love of the game. I think that we just do this so that we can drink on weekdays.
Every day's a day of reckoning? What? Because of a 30-yard pass for a first down, Gus? And he looks me up and down. He goes, "You're hella vaccinated up, aren't you?"
You know what else is rude? Both of you talking about how you went through a fat phase, and I don't know when I'm going to get out of it.
We're 30 years into this.
Maybe
I
I'm just not applying myself, huh?
The show about conspiracy theories made by former lovers.
They make you want to scream. It just makes sense.
It makes me want to scream, fix your audio. You're on episode 95. Get a mixer.
That's a teaser for season 3. That's the energy we're bringing.
Sportsmanship is way overrated. Winning is what's rated.
Are we going? Is that on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
my
like
toes.
nothing really changes. We didn't know if we were ever recording beforehand. And now, season
That's probably the
3.
longest running bit we have. Are we recording?
Great bit.
Is that a
It's
bit?
hilarious.
It's extended.
I mean,
The only
Extended.
difference now is people can hear or can see who's breathing hard. You can see where it's coming from with the air.
yeah, we do have like the heat vision camera.
Not only that, but not only will you be breathing hard, but now that we have these lights all around, you might be sweating a little bit. So
Yeah, it's a little hot.
getting a little,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
a little perspirated.
You feeling the
A
pressure?
little hot.
Well, S3E1 boys.
Welcome back.
Braxton and I made it out alive from the Live tournament. For those of you who were able to listen to our bonus episode of season 2.
When did that come out? June? End of June?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were in Mexico, and you came back with the Rona.
See.
Yeah, that was end of June. Quite the experience. If you haven't listened to that episode, I mean, make sure you do. That was a lot of fun. Definitely a
And I
once
still
in a
haven't
lifetime
fixed
thing.
my mic stand from season 2, so I will be just holding this like
Yeah,
a
we're-
little mic, like a little ice cream cone.
Yeah, we're all holding. We're all using our hands.
We're
I
so
think
poor.
I think we need to invest into maybe some new stands.
Ooh, we go to makeshift studio, bunch of poor ass
I know.
peasants.
Look at us in this big ass room.
For those who have followed along on our journey, we're starting a new endeavor, which will be the video. And the video is an inaugural. You will see, basically, if you were to go back and listen to season 1, episode 1, and how rough that was, that is this version. The video form of that is like that.
Yeah, we can assure you that the video is not going to get worse than it is right now.
We're just about 86 episodes behind on the
Yeah.
video than we are the audio.
Yeah, so listen to how great the audio is and the editing, the intros, everything like that. That's where we'll be in 86 episodes with the video. So you just got to be patient.
Let's get it straight. We do have video clips of things that have happened throughout, but
We
not
do.
a full episode.
Yeah, obviously, and I'm
AKA
sure
my ass is everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen Miguel's ass multiple times. If you follow us on social media, you've seen a lot of those videos from our punishments and different events and things. But not only is video going to be a little bit newer to the podcast this year, should we tease the other event that will be happening?
Sure.
We are scheduling right now and trying to prepare and plan a live show that will be happening.
Live show.
Fuck out of here.
That will be happening.
That's news.
At Jimmy's Sports Bar in Multnomah Village, Portland, Oregon. We will keep everybody updated with the details of that. We'll stream it live, whatever we got to do. We'll film it. It'll be a great time, so I look forward to that as well. Season 3, bitch.
We will set aside 10 minutes for book signing and autographs.
Sure, of
Before we
It's
start
only
the
right.
show.
Yeah,
It's only
obviously. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of young females who would love for us to, sign their bosoms, maybe some young males on their buttocks.
No.
Babies.
I'm committed.
All about the babies.
I'm not going to do that.
You're committed to the
He
podcast
charges for that.
I'm in a relationship.
with God?
I ain't signing no titties.
I said the bosom.
And listen, it's
Bosom
just
is titty.
listen. It's just going to be the
Potato,
gym rats.
potato.
It's not going to be any females. There's just going to be a bunch of dudes who just kind of pucker their man boobies together.
Eric.
No, it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm happy to be here. I missed you guys.
That makes one of us.
Oh, rude.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Go fuck yourself.
perfect for the podcast and the video. By the way, a nice Browns hat that you
That's
are
right.
sporting there. So,
That's right. A
If you
very
guys
nice gift
Don't
from my
remember,
friend Peter.
Braxton's a Browns fan.
Yeah, in case you forgot.
which we will have to get into at some point.
For
Nah,
people that
we can skip
maybe are listening for the first time that have not seen any clips, can you describe what my ass looks like if they haven't seen it?
Gaping and wide. It's like
NASA recently released some
The
photos
James Webb Telescope.
that took millions upon millions of years to actually get back to us of some great, just unfathomable happenings in the universe, and the only thing I could think of was your asshole.
UFOs.
Yeah.
the James Webb Telescope came back with a black hole of Uranus.
Yeah.
And it's actually not the planet.
Yeah.
Let me over-explain that.
Yeah.
Ninth wonder of the world.
Something. For those who have been watching the video the whole time, I imagine some are wondering, what is this red Jaguar?
It is not
Doing?
red.
Red.
Red?
In what world is that red?
Gold.
Red
What-
Jaguar.
This gold Jaguar.
What in the fuck?
Should I reset it?
Yes.
What
No,
is
keep
this
the
gold
red.
Jaguar?
Keep the red. Make
Keep
him
the
wonder.
red.
Yes. Yes, I did notice that.
Thank you both for asking. What is that red
what
Jaguar?
the fuck? What the fuck is that?
So, a lot has happened since I've seen you guys last. Part of it is now I'm just dumpster diving within my local neighborhood here.
Looking for Jimmy John sandwiches.
Exactly. So the checks from our sponsors weren't coming in, so it was dumpster diving. So happy that we're back and we've got the revenue stream going.
Yeah.
But last week it was Thursday is garbage day. So I'm walking down. We're on a morning walk with Hank and Brody, as we do every morning. This shiny object catches my eye, is in this recycle bin. And I pay no attention to it at first, but then I just kind of think like, this is kind of obscure. And not only that, it's not glass recycling. It's metal, like ceramic, whatever this thing is. So I get about a half block away, and I just beeline it back, and I pull this gold Jaguar liquor bottle out of the recycling. And I'm just toting this thing around for the next mile around my neighborhood. Luckily, I don't see many people until I come across my neighbor, Lisa. I go, Lisa, look at this thing. I don't know, if I'm going to be able to keep it. My wife will probably make me get rid of it. However, this is kind of fun. She goes, good luck. I don't know you. Move on with my day.
Are you just labeling it like a liquor container?
So
or?
technically it is. So there is a brand on here. It's called Casino Azul and Yeho.
And there was no liquor in it.
There is some form of a liquid in this. I'm not exactly sure
Which
what.
was sitting in the trash.
So I look this up as I am saying goodbye to Brody taking to daycare. So I'm outside with Lindsay showing, look at this thing that I've got. And I look up like gold Jaguar Casino Azul bottle.
And it's worth $2.5 million.
It's worth $220 is what it was. And I was like, okay, like there's a little bit of liquor in this or whatever. I thought maybe we could like toast all drink out of it as like a season 3 sort of a thing. However, I was thinking then maybe this whatever is in here can be the first punishment next week.
We're still doing those?
Oh, boy, howdy.
Hold on.
I have a list.
Are you saying that the Jaguar, just the item is $220, or like the liquor bottle?
The liquor bottle, like all in, is $220. So
Get it appraised. Maybe the gold's worth something.
maybe.
Yeah,
So
well, should we melt it down? Make some rings?
we might be able to. It's pretty heavy. Like, I mean, it could definitely knock someone out.
80 pounds?
Roughly. So as I'm explaining this to my wife, and we're outside again, I thought, so Lisa, the neighbor, has a small dog, small white dog. As I am talking, I see a woman with a small white dog coming up the hill, and I am only half paying attention to this woman walking up the hill, and I go, "Hey, Lisa, I've got to update you. This bottle is worth $220." The woman that looks up was this very old Asian woman who probably spoke broken English and probably didn't understand much.
Why'd she have to be Asian?
Because she was actually. This isn't
Good
hypothetical.
answer.
Something to think about.
Good answer.
And she looks at me like mortified that I was speaking to her. And I was very embarrassed. I go, "Oh, you're not Lisa." And she just looks at me with like this dumbfounded face like, "No." And then just like turns and slowly walks away. So now
Creeping out your neighbors.
I am.
She was probably questioning her own existence. What if she was Lisa in a previous life?
I do feel maybe, yes, an identity crisis. So now, first punishment will be whatever is left out of
we could
this.
fucking die.
I,
We don't know.
I have
what's
no
in
idea
there.
what it is.
It's probably arsenic. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
The soccer team?
The soccer team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's
Danger zone.
That's a little bit of just with me. What's up with you guys?
Well, I was also dumpster diving.
Yeah.
Found a half a sandwich. No, I'm not.
No sandwich?
No sandwich.
Well, I have something that I can tell that's exciting about Miguel's life. He is now a homeowner.
He sure is.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did catch from last season the whole process because we were recording
Yeah.
while the offer was accepted.
Yeah.
And it went through. And then this guy, oh my gosh, like, did we talk about, because obviously we went to Fogo, and I feel like maybe I shared this on the podcast, which was how you tried to trick me into thinking that the house didn't go through. And so, like, we're sitting there for his birthday, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it was your birthday. And you get up along with
Riley?
Riley. And so it's just me and Miguel there. And he kind of leans in quietly. He goes, "Hey, man, like, I haven't talked with anyone about this yet, but they, like, ran some extra numbers or whatever, and the house isn't going to go through. Like, there's something with the credit and all this other stuff." And immediately, like, and all this interest rate hike stuff had just happened. Like, another, like, point had gone up or whatever.
I didn't get the scholarship.
Right. And
hate
so
that.
I like the whole thing. I start like trying to like solve his problem for him. And then like 5 minutes into this bit, he just goes, "Yeah, I'm just kidding."
Peter's just crying.
I was
Picanha in my mouth.
affected. My friend was going to lose his first
See this
house.
picanha? Oh, gotcha, bitch.
It was. So
Oh,
But yes.
goodness.
I'm here to tell you that it's all a scam. Don't do it.
it is.
It's very expensive.
It's all a scam.
And let's see.
You've got yourself a wedding venue.
Yeah, we know where we're getting married out there in Salem, Oregon. That should be fun. We chose a date next year. Yeah.
Don't tell them exactly where, because you don't know who might crash the wedding.
I know. I did that.
Sometime in September.
Yeah.
Sometime in Salem.
Man, a lot of things happen.
Sometime in Salem.
Or we all for 2 months.
Yeah, just about.
9 weeks.
a lot of things happen.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Somebody smashed into my car. That was cool.
Yeah.
I stopped a burglary. That was fun.
A burgle.
Burgle.
I witnessed
Stopped a
and
burgle.
stopped a burgle. It was great times. Great times for everybody.
How did you stop it?
My presence was enough.
There you go. Oh,
How did you
that's
wa-
a Cleveland Browns fan.
How did you walk
that
up?
guy might
Show us
touch
how
me
you walked up.
inappropriately.
I think they saw me see them. So I guess I'll start from the beginning here. My
Start from the top. Give context.
My home is next to a very large Jewish community center and just a large Jewish community in general here in Portland. And there's several different buildings in this community that are different chapels or like schools or whatever for that community. And anyways, I see this older gentleman in a yarmulke kind of just minding his own business, walking to his car, and these two skinny, very like punkish teenagers walk up and they're like trying to grab something from him, and it quickly becomes like heated. They're throwing punches on this guy.
Jeez.
And all credit to him. He was eating these hands. He was not, falling back. He was defending himself, doing everything he could. And I believe one of the kids saw us like see them from the car, because Jared and I were on the street in the car when we were seeing this. So we pulled off into the next bar, essentially, that's right next to this place. And I came running over. And once they saw us park and I was running over, they had ran off.
Dang.
So it was kind
How
of a
did you
weird.
How did you walk up or run over? Just give a quick posture-wise.
A lot of grunting was involved.
Were your arms out?
My traps were fully inflamed. Just, yeah.
Right.
My elbows were at 90-degree angles.
You already present
Were
a
you-
little bit pink.
Were you throwing warm-up
Yeah,
punches?
Yeah. No, I popped my teeth out as if they were fangs.
That's it.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's,
pink with fangs. I mean, you were just...
They ran off.
Yeah, they knew. They knew I meant business for sure. But yeah, I mean, other than that,
And we
pretty chill
Status quo.
stuff.
We almost sunk a boat.
did.
We did almost sink a boat.
Yeah,
we kind of
kinda.
did. Yeah, we
I
took
believe
on
the
some
word
water.
was capsize.
we took on a lot of water.
Took on a very fast, very quick.
The gate
in a
smashed
boat.
into my foot.
Turns out, when you have a pontoon boat and you put Braxton and Miguel at the front of it,
It will
Things
sink.
happen. These things do happen.
yeah, Miguel had to. You still got that bruise?
No, it's gone.
Finally gone?
I got surgery.
That's good.
Yeah.
We lived.
And it brings us back to here.
Yeah. All I know is I had a great summer, great time off. But like I said, I missed you guys. I'm happy to be back.
And it's football, baby.
Hell,
We're back.
Yes.
We did have our first meal. Ichi kind of let us down a little bit tonight. But we got
DoorDash
some
fucked
money
up.
back or whatever.
Beginning of season 3.
But, however, there is, maybe next time, I do wish there was, okay, so by our Costco, there's been an old sweet tomatoes that has been gone forever, right? And they have just started moving on it to be a new restaurant or store or whatever. And I was like, this would be a perfect spot for a Buffalo Wild Wings. I thought for sure it would be. And finally a sign got put up, and it's another Asian supermarket. And I was so upset. Not because of the Asian supermarket side, but just because I was like, this is prime Buffalo Wild Wings
What about Golden
spot.
Corral?
It could have been a gold, but like a B-Dubs is nowhere close to around here. So I thought that like suburbia, whatever, like perfect, whatever. And the reason why I bring up Buffalo Wild Wings is because Sauce Gardner has Sauce Gardner sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I am curious if you guys, one, have tried it or would try it.
What
It is
is
a
it?
smoky, sweet, and spicy barbecue sauce.
It's basically barbacuffalo.
Huh?
Barbacuffalo?
So barbecue sauce and buffalo sauce mixed together.
Yeah.
It kind of seems
You
that
tried
way.
it?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
But would you?
Yeah, I would try it.
No, I wouldn't try the sauce.
Yeah,
Sauce.
try
The
it.
sauce.
Of course we tried the sauce.
I'd still get the Asian zing and the garlic parm.
Yeah.
But I'll get some sauce in the corner of the tray.
Yeah, I'll grab a 4-piece.
What do you
of
guys
sauce
think of
sauce.
them like saying that he had to earn his nickname back? They
Says
haven't
who?
been- says like the team. He's just been going by his birth name. which I don't even remember what his birth name is. Ahmad?
I don't know.
I don't even remember what his birth
But
name
I mean,
is.
I feel like he earned.
He came into the team with that nickname.
Right. It's not as if like he needs to like get a bunch of stickers on his helmet or anything.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
how he's
that.
known. That's weird.
And he's already making money off of that. So
Yeah.
why would you? No.
Exactly.
What team is he on?
The Jets, I'm
The
pretty sure.
Jets.
Yeah, they have no
Yeah.
right to ask
Fuck
anyone to come in and earn their nickname. Who told him that? The MILF fucker?
Yeah. I mean, gosh, when you talk about
That's some-
storylines that have happened since
Yeah.
we've been off,
I think that's something that we
was quite one.
forgot happened.
But let's see. So when we start the show, we're going to have the same intro for at least the first episode, but we will be making another one here, And part of which
Be
I
ready.
hope is if maybe thinking about celebrity endorsement, I might throw Greg Williams into the ring as a potential sponsor.
Hey,
Let's take a look at him
go
on
Browns.
Cameo.
This is Greg Williams, former Cleveland Brown. I love being a Cleveland Brown. Slap Dick Fantasy Football League. Holy cow. Have you ever looked into another grown man's eyes when he had to blink and bow when you made him submit? That's what we've got to do in competition. And then when it's time to play, say, come get some, bitch. Understand this. You've joined a circle of psychos. Are you fucking shitting me? The Boner Club? Congrats. You play in a league of morons.
Sportsmanship is way overrated. Winning is what's rated. This is Greg Williams signing off.
I mean, fuck yeah, let's get Greg involved.
I would be very excited if Greg wanted
What's
to.
he charge?
What's he
to join.
charge?
Let's go ahead and look. I was going to look that up. I was going to have that at the ready.
All right, guess. I'll go between 50 and 75.
I'm going 120 to 140.
Peter.
Well, let's see. Well, I know the answer because it's on here now.
Okay, then you don't get
What
to
is
guess.
it?
$50.
Oh, I thought he'd charge more, Greg.
It's a steal at
You
this
pump
point.
those numbers up, buddy.
Let's go ahead and
Let's get
him for a little business video. Only $350.
How long?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe just says
300
business meeting.
350.
A business thing it doesn't mean we can have a conversation with them like Chris Hansen. I think that's just like they get paid extra to promote
a business.
a business.
Are we a business?
Fuck right, we're LLC.
We mean business.
We mean business. I know that. Killing is business.
We get tax
And
write-offs from
business
this.
is good, huh?
We get tax write-offs from the podcast.
Got yeah.
The
I mean,
business
guys, when we
write-offs,
think
yeah.
about the losses, yeah, for sure. I think that's where we'd have to start. Like some people like do podcasting and media and stuff. Some people do this for the love of the game. I think that we just do this so that we can drink on weekdays.
I mean, if you really think about it, if we were to, count those alcohol expenses as business expenses, we could write that all off.
You think we've spent more on alcohol or food?
Well, probably food because of our dear friends at Boneyard.
That's true.
However, we are not drinking
Thanks,
Boneyard
Boneyard.
tonight because we need a
Replenishment,
replenishment.
yeah.
We're out.
If you will.
We have
So
one left.
we have one.
I like
Literally,
how
we started
I
the
like
year
how
with
you
one.
threw it the T in replenishment.
Yeah. Did you mean to do that?
Replenish?
Yeah.
Replenish.
Replenish. So you.
I
that
say
wa-
words incorrectly.
So
Yeah,
you didn't
I
mean to
definitely
do
meant
that?
to do that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, this is a pet peeve of Lindsay's. Like, I say words incorrect, like appreciate, but she says appreciate. And I've been saying appreciate, like appreciate you. You don't say appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
I say appreciate. I
Yeah.
say probably.
Appreciate you.
This goes back to season 2 where you go, Peter, are you dumb?
Were you homeschooled?
Just might.
Oh goodness.
Wicker's a
gracious.
racket, am I right? Speaking of being a homer,
That's a good one.
that was
was
a note. I have a note in here that was like, I just wanted to talk about Wicker at some point on the podcast.
Wicker. Am I right?
Ever heard of it?
As a person who just bought a bunch of outdoor furniture, I would think that you would agree with me.
I mean,
so Wicker, am I right?
So far, it's holding me.
I mean, who's weaving it?
I think it's in Philly.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Is it the Amish?
Yeah, all of the Wicker people are in Philly. I don't know if they're all Amish, but I know for a fact.
I do feel like Wicker
all
is
made
one
in
of those
Philly.
things that's like artificially built up in price. Because there are people who will do it individually, but like, whatever's being like bought at like off of Wayfair or Walmart or whatever.
What machines make Wicker furniture? That's all
I'm
handmade.
sure that there's a Wicker machine. Literally the entire population of the world would have to like make all the Wicker.
That's not true.
No.
But you think you're busting out just sectional Wicker daily?
There's got to be people.
I don't think there's a machine
machines
that
can make wicker
Yeah.
furniture. That's very intricately woven.
I'll bet you on that. I bet you Wicker's made
I mean, I bet
by people.
Although I don't
people.
I don't deny
I
that.
mean, I think it is too. But
a lot of advanced technology, but that seems pretty.
There's got to be Wicker machines.
Look it up. There's a computer in front of you.
Wicker machine.
What makes wicker furniture?
I know people.
Humans or the fucking robots?
Wicker machines.
Humans from Philly.
50-50 Amish.
There's literally a company called Wicker Machine Company, so I'm going to go ahead and say that.
Well, why don't
But
you
it
click
doesn't
on
mean
that
they
link?
make Wicker furniture.
Why don't you click on that link?
I'm
See
going
what
to
we
look at a
find.
video here. Outdoor furniture.
I don't know.
Okay, well, this is just making the thread.
Okay. Then what happens?
I don't know. It's just a 30-second video.
Then they pass it on to the people to weave it through.
Rattan-like machine. Oh, my gosh.
How is
This
wicker?
is not streamlining editing at all. See, that's a machine. There's a fucking machine making wicker.
But that's a wicker rug.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a
Not
couch.
wicker furniture. That's
There's
what
gotta
we're
be,
talking
and then
about.
they wrap it in something.
Oh, they just wrap it into being a chair.
Dumb. I was not.
They
I
just
was not
get-
fully
They
prepared to have
just
this
get
conversation.
butcher paper and wrap it.
Not prepared to have this conversation.
Oh, they just put it in a plastic form, a mold.
We've spent entirely too much time on Wicker.
You brought it up.
I did bring it up. I can transition to Oregon finally getting a little less.
You guys see the U.S. Open at all?
No.
The one thing I do want to say about the U.S. Open, just so we can say we talk tennis, Nadal.
Why? Who are we trying to impress with tennis?
I think you'll enjoy this. Nadal has one of the craziest pre-serve routines I've ever seen.
He prays?
The man, the first thing he does is he picks his ball, whichever ball he wants to serve, and then he goes through this routine where he picks his ass, he picks like a
every
wedgie,
time.
and then he like wipes his hips, wipes his face like 10 times with his hands. He does behind the ears,
And
on
then
the
he
headband.
bounces the fuck out of that ball.
But he picks his ass for a wedgie every
time.
single time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. I never noticed this.
What's his serve success rate?
High.
Pretty good.
It's pretty damn
That's
good.
a
We
check,
could learn
pretty
from
good.
the man.
One of the best. But, I mean, just out there on international television in front of millions.
How
just
do you
picking
like
your ass.
How do you like this Nick Kyrgios guy? You know much of-
Kyrgios?
Yeah, Kyrgios.
Kyrgios?
Kyrgios.
That tennis player that talks shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he's like a dick, but like a kind of a likable dick.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys who's just like a little bit harder than most of the people in the tennis community, and that's kind of fun to see.
He's getting sued, by the woman that he kicked out for being too drunk in whatever it was at the Australian Open or whatever the last major or Grand Slam was.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
On what grounds?
Because for defamation, because he said something to the effect like, "Oh, she's had like 8,000 beers," and I don't know if she lost her job or something like that, but apparently, like, it's affected her livelihood, so she's suing him for defamation.
It's not even possible to drink 8,000 beers.
It's not possible.
You know what guys like that, or like how that usually that turns out is half of the people that are very much into the tradition of tennis hate a guy like that.
Yeah.
But then you have the other half that's like, oh, this is bringing attention to tennis. It's something new. It's loud. It's fresh. Kind of like with the game of golf.
Exactly.
It's very old and traditional and kind of stuffy. And then you have a guy maybe like Tiger who's more animated. And it's like, oh, all of a sudden it's more fun.
Well, and Live Golf is letting guys wear shorts now.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to Live.
Well, and honestly, some of the greatest calves in the game is Phil Mickelson. So, I mean, I guarantee once those calves come out, he's going to be winning a few of these tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay. We're done, folks.
Yeah. The man
hot calf talk
up close and personal.
Trust me, I was
with
there.
Phil Mickelson
Okay,
there.
Been there, done that, seen it. Okay.
Assess.
Next topic.
Assessed.
We've covered it.
You sniff it. You walk up to him.
Oh, I sniffed him hard. Okay.
Yeah, he was
What
sniffing
lotion?
that booty.
Aveeno? What does he use?
You know it's Aveeno.
Good man. I use Aveeno.
It's Aveeno coconut. It's incredible.
The final thing before we get into sports, good for Oregon for finally changing the name of Swastika Mountain, just outside of Eugene, by the way. So
It's so fitting with ducks and just.
There's no way.
Yeah, Swastika Mountain is about 30 minutes outside of Eugene.
Are you sure it's not like a different Native American name that's similar to?
Even if it were, I mean, that's the thing. Like you change it no matter what. You can't have a swastika.
It
mountain.
probably has a different pronunciation, different spelling. It's probably like swastika.
I mean, it's had the moniker
You're
for
reaching
over a century. Right?
But I'm glad they took care of that. About goddamn time. I've been really worried about it.
Yeah, it's in a remote location. It's gone unnoticed for a long time. And it actually got some notoriety recently when there were a couple of hikers who had to be rescued off of Swastika Mountain. And then people were like, there's a Swastika Mountain?
Oh, by the way, hope
All of Autzen
the
erupted. It
hikers
was
are
like,
okay.
keep the mountain.
Hope the hikers are okay.
Yeah, they
Jeez.
seem fine.
It's very,
I'm
very
glad-
fitting, though, with
I'm
Eugene
glad-
and its
I'm
university.
Glad they took care of that.
You know who raised some hell was a gal named Joyce McLean, and she was like
Big duck fan.
Yeah, Joyce McLean was the one who really raised some hell.
Good.
Sounds like a Joyce move.
Yeah, I mean, good for Joyce. Glad she was there.
What happened in that Georgia-Oregon game? I didn't get to see it.
Maybe we could talk about it now. I guess, like, do we want to do weekend review? Like, I mean, it's season 3. We could just roll into it. We don't need.
We don't need
music.
to do a weekend
Is
review.
it weekend?
Yeah, I can't do this. I got to come up with new segments here. We got to
Yeah.
keep it rolling on.
I mean, we're not going to address a bunch of shit that already passed 2 weeks ago.
No.
But that game, I just didn't know what happened. Somebody tell me.
Oregon.
Braxton, I'd like to hear it from
Oregon got mollywopped.
From what I recall during that time of day on Saturday, I was just having a great time with my friends. We were at that same sports bar I mentioned that we're going to be having that live show. Look forward to that. Make sure.
With the gym rats.
Yeah, with the gym rats. We'll be there. It's going to be great times watching games that are also fun. But yeah, that's what I recall of
You don't recall any of the game? What happened in the game?
My 12:30.
Right around in the first
4:30.
quarter, I think, just kind of stopped watching.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Our guy Bo Nix,
Not going to be getting that tattoo on your ass, are you?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Our guy.
I got to admit, I sent Bo Nix a drunk DM.
Did you read
Read
it?
it.
Read it.
You have to
It
read
was-
Read it.
it
Because
was
did you
on-
turn on him? Or
No,
did
it
you-
was before the game.
Oh, it was before the game.
I was.
you
I
gotta
was-
read it.
I was showing love. I'm showing
Okay,
love.
I'm not going to
I
continue
got it.
until I see that. Actually, Peter, why don't you grab it because he might change
No, I
some
won't.
words.
I'll be honest. Where's my phone? Oh,
It's filming. Hey.
no! I just.
Well, wait, okay,
I'll
paraphrase.
just tell you. It said Bo very excited about this year. I think this team is going to be doing great
my
things.
God.
and whatever.
Well, at what time did
nerd.
you send that?
It was probably like 1:30
Okay,
in the morning.
so then if you're thinking about them being in Georgia, he got a notification at 4:30 in the morning from you. It woke him up out of a sound sleep, and he couldn't get back to sleep because you were selfish enough to send him a DM when he should have been getting his beauty sleep.
It was like on Thursday night, I believe. So we had a whole nother day.
I guess they just arrived that day, yeah.
Then after the game, I sent him another DM that just said, never mind.
Actually,
After the game,
So Georgia scores on their first
Flip-flopper.
7 possessions. Oregon had, 5 turnovers? So gosh, Bo was just throwing right to...
how many times did Georgia punt?
Once.
Yeah, just one time.
Yeah.
Someone had changed Bo Nix's a Wikipedia profile that says currently the most overrated quarterback in Oregon history. People have been murdering Bo Nix, especially because of what is, the guy who's sitting right behind him. Well, not just that, but, the quarterback who's right behind him with Ty.
Weren't they ranked pretty high before that game?
They were ranked number 11 against Georgia. And then after this loss, they are
dropped out of 25,
the top
right?
25, yeah. So,
Yeah.
And it's a bit reactionary because the thing is that, it showed just how top-heavy, how good those guys are.
They are good. They
how
are very
much better,
good.
and how that would happen to a lot of those teams.
Yeah, and honestly, I watching that game. They were incredibly dominant. I mean, I really don't think the Ducks are as bad of a team as they showed. I think they'll still have a decent season. But looking at how just dominant that Georgia team was and how many, key players they had coming back, and also just how incredible of a pull they got this year on their schedule. They have, I believe, as of right now, 1 or 2.
Kentucky is their toughest schedule,
and maybe Florida
opponent.
now or something. But either way, they basically, out of the 7 teams that are ranked in the top 25 out of the SEC right now, they have 1 on their schedule. So Georgia, I think, as long as they don't step on their own toes, they have a great route right back to where they were last year.
Yeah, they just needed to get through this one, and that was pretty simple.
Yeah,
Did
it
you
wasn't
take any
too hard.
offense to what Kirby said about Dan Lanning knows our players are better? He won't say it, but he knows our players are better.
Is
I
he
think
wrong?
that was meant as an insult.
You're right.
I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
people
some
were
people
taking
took it
that the
because
wrong
he was
way.
complimenting Dan Lanning.
I mean,
thought,
if
but
I
still.
was an Oregon player, I would be offended. I would use that as ammunition and something to ignite the fire. But I think everybody knows he's not wrong.
Think about,
And of course, Dan Lanning's not going to say that, obviously.
course not.
But
you know how many times I heard leading up to this game that Oregon has the best linebacker crew with Justin Flo and Noah Sewell?
Right, this is Flo's third game.
But here's the thing. They're great linebackers.
yeah,
And you know that those guys were, the minute they started playing football, people were just sucking them off. You're the
chosen one.
shit. You're
Yeah.
the chosen one. You're gifted with all of these skills.
Hometown guy,
But they've never faced who they faced on Saturday.
Yeah, and in his third game, because of injury and all of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would think that would have happened to a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of goes into a little bit of the discussion. I know we're not going to rehash a lot, but what just come out was the college football playoff expansion to 12 teams. And whether or not, was 12 the right one, was 8, I think that we're all happy to see an expansion. But then you go, well, gosh, if a quarterfinal game is going to be 56-3 or whatever the hell the score was by the end of it. I don't even remember.
49-3.
49-3. So 49-3, do I really want to watch that as a premier game?
But the thing is, if you look back at the history since we've moved to this 4-team playoff, the average margin of victory, I believe, is 29.3 points.
Some blowouts.
So it's not like that argument really doesn't, have a lot of traction because there has been games like that. If we're at a 30-point average, you got to know that there's 45-point differences. You know what I mean? So
I'm just happy that it's no longer 4.
Yeah,
to me the magic number was 8.
And I think
12 is good, but really, this is for SEC.
Right, and
That's
especially because,
really all it
I
is.
mean, obviously what happened since we've been off, too, is the expansion of the SEC with Oklahoma and Texas. And, like, before all of this was out, the SEC was like, no, we just want to keep it at 4 so that they could maintain at least half of the people, the teams represented. Well, now that it's expanded, or we know that it's expanded, well, now they are in favorite probably a little bit more because that could get more teams in for them. So
let's basically create an SEC tournament.
an SEC Big Ten playoff.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
who's going to be there. It's going to be 90% SEC Big Ten, and then whoever makes it. But I think what the more than 4, whether it's 6, 8, especially now 12, what it's going to eliminate are people who are whining about certain teams not making it.
Sure.
I think we're still going to see the same results. I think the top half will still be Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, Notre Dame, maybe.
Yeah, and you're still going to get like the Cinderella story of the year, whether it's the Boise State or the UCF or the Cincinnati.
But now-
right?
but
like
now-
those will always be in it now.
But it's not going to be a mystery anymore. What if Cincinnati played Alabama? Now they can. And then we're going to see them get smacked.
Yeah.
And now it's no longer
I
a
think they're
mystery.
just
Now we get
hoping
to
that
see
like
the games.
one time every 10, 15, 20 years,
Yeah, and
there
that's-
might be a Cinderella story.
And that's kind of what I had said when we were talking about this last weekend, is just like within, obviously with basketball is a little bit different. There's a lot more parity when you're talking about 64 teams, but you kind of have your blue bloods, you have your people that or your teams that are always going to be around and going to be there. But every 10 to 15 years, there's that random, Marquette or whatever that comes out of nowhere and does a lot of great things, takes them to the end. Maybe they don't necessarily win, but you would always remember those years and those teams.
and they
I
say,
think
this is why we did this.
exactly, and they pat themselves on the back, and everybody's happy. I think that's the biggest thing, is you're not going to get as much bitching.
And I think, too, what it does is it makes these players who may not have played in a less meaningful bowl game because of the preparing for the NFL or not wanting to get hurt, a chance to showcase those guys a little bit more as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Sucks for the Ducks, though. Hard to beat around the bush on that one. That was just a bad outing.
do you guys have a favorite game of the weekend? I thought that the Florida State LSU game turned out to be a pretty instant classic of a game.
Yeah, that was crazy.
A fun one.
The Florida-Utah game was good.
Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, it was a competitive game, but I guess, it doesn't.
But, I mean, I think most people, I, for one, thought 17 points was a lot. Like, I thought betting-wise, the value was all the way on Notre Dame, plus 17. And they did, and they could have won. I mean, they were up 10-7 for, like, a big portion of that game. But I think Ohio State did not look as good as I expected them to.
Really?
I thought a second-year C.J. Stroud and that the school and a program of that caliber being able to reload from losing, those wide receivers to the NFL, I thought they would be a lot better.
I mean, I think, we saw this where, Oregon plays Ohio State early last year, too. It's like, are you kind of a slow burning type of a team who at the end of the year is like the most dangerous, but you're vulnerable at the front at the start of the season.
I mean, for sure, they'll look different in November, but I guess I expected them to look a lot better than they did in the opening.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I would think is that, they lost a lot of the star power talent, besides Stroud, obviously, on offense. But like you said, Ohio State is one of those teams where you just kind of expect them to, pump in, pump out.
Be able to replace a 5-star with another 5-star.
Yeah.
Also,
absolutely.
Notre Dame, overrated again.
Yeah. Well, could have told you that.
Top 5.
You could.
I think so.
Top 5, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and Clemson.
So Alabama played a Pop Warner team?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they played Utah State, beat them 55-0.
55-0. And I think they scored all of that like in the first half too. So, and then your top 10 is rounded out by A&M, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Baylor, USC. USC kind of the Pac-12's maybe only hope at this point.
I think Utah still has a chance. I don't think that loss is detrimental.
I thought that was the best game.
Yeah, I agree.
Utah, Florida was the best game.
Honestly, probably the two best games were on Thursday night with Pitt, West Virginia, and then
Yeah.
Purdue, Penn State.
Those were
That backyard brawl.
Great
I couldn't
games.
believe that game.
11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane how long that it's been for those.
Well, and it's such a great rivalry. I don't know.
Why not play that?
rivalry.
Yeah,
That was nice indeed.
that was beautiful.
Rivalry.
I loved that.
Thanks.
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 Now I'm all shy.
Rivalry. Speaking of probably the best game this next week, Alabama, Texas. Although Texas not even ranked.
Texas is going to get fucking shitted on.
Hey, by the way, I was talking to Monique, my mother, and she said anytime we want to come down and go to a UT game, she's got the plug on tickets. She can get us tickets.
A little Austin action.
Yeah.
A
Including-
little rainy street.
Do you have the
a
hookup
little
on like
6th Street.
tailgate situation?
I don't know.
We could figure that out on our own.
Yeah.
We can. Shouldn't need to do everything for us.
Yeah, but I don't know. She
UT
might.
could be a fun one to go to. I mean, I do want to get down
Oh,
to an
yeah.
SEC game, like a Bayou type of a game.
Yeah.
A
What's the-
night LSU game?
If we were to go to a Texas game in Austin, what is the closest NFL game that we could also knock out? Dallas?
Dallas.
Dallas.
I've been. To that
I've not been to
stadium.
Jerry's World yet.
I have.
Jarrah's World.
No, I haven't been. I haven't been either. I would love to go. I'm going. I think I've mentioned this last season, but I'm going to Eagles Cowboys game, but that's at the Link in Philly.
That'll be a fun game.
Yeah, Sunday night football. I'm very, very excited. Going to be there with Chase Wild, attorney at law.
A little divisional game.
Yeah.
And you can't possibly get in trouble because
No.
you're with Chase Wild, attorney at law.
He's got the law on his
I
side.
think he's watching right now.
Oh, I know he is. Hey,
Hi,
Chase.
Chase.
Nope, say his name right.
Attorney
Chase
at
Wild,
law.
attorney at law. But yeah, I mean, I would love to go down there. She said she's gone to a couple games, and she's like, it's like they set up a state fair for every game. There's like rides, there's booths. It's like a whole, and it seems like the whole city is there.
There's rides,
Yeah,
You think that? Yeah. You love rides.
you love
games,
rides.
not rides.
You went on the rides at the county fair. You went
No,
on
I
the little-
didn't.
Did you do a tilt a
What
whirl?
do you mean you didn't go on the ride?
Did
I
you
thought
do
it
a
was
tilt a
scary-
whirl?
The
The
scary
scary
ride.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I
a
don't.
ride.
I don't trust like the scary shit. That's how you die. Have you not seen Final Destination?
What ride did you go on then?
It's a fucking 15-second through
The
a
little
haunted house.
one.
So you went on the scary ride, not the scary rides.
Correct.
Got it.
You see how that might have been confusing?
Good point. Magical.
So, to put a bow on NCAA, not a lot that you can glean yet. And it just does seem like it's going to take a few weeks. I still don't like the fact that we even have rankings or whatever. I think that it artificially
We're just happy
tells people
football's
how to
back.
do stuff.
I know. Stop bitching, Pete. Football's back,
That's
baby.
why I'm here.
Fuck, man.
Skip.
We've been waiting for this day, this week.
Do you want?
It does feel so good, doesn't it? Having
Yeah.
football back. I'm
Being
really
at
excited
being
for
at
NFL.
the bar on Saturday, eating freshly made chicken strips and drinking a whiskey Coke and watching the Georgia-Oregon game on the big screen filled me.
Filled your cup.
It bukkakied me with joy. I was covered with joy.
Head
You
to
was
toe.
covered
I
in
saw
joy.
it. It was so funny when there's a bartender at Old Jimmy's that is one of the best. Honestly, all of the bartenders there are great. But
Sarah?
no, Tim. Remember
Oh,
when Tim
when
walked
Tim
in?
walked
Tim.
And we got the whole bar cheering this guy's name as soon as he walked in for his shift. Tim. And he got so red. He was so...
Him in his tucked-in polo shirt.
Yeah, and he just ran right to the back.
I did switch the chant from his name to
Chicken
give Tim a
strips.
raise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
he
right.
got really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to go back there and ask for a raise. And he's like, I don't think I will do that. And then he just cleaned up and went to the back.
Bye. Yeah.
No,
and
it
I
was-
don't know if Tim was the one who put the final nail in that dude's coffin, but there was, gosh, like talk about a buzzkill, which was when what's
Big
his
Dave.
What's his Dave? just ate shit and,
Yeah.
and fell down. I'm not trying to rag on the guy,
No.
but it kind of killed my
Dude had a
buzz little
stroke.
bit. No,
Yeah.
he already had the stroke.
Yeah.
This was the side effect from the stroke.
Yeah.
I can't laugh.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it was a little bit funny, but also not funny because he went down hard.
He went down real
He
hard.
hit
But,
his head, right?
And then
I don't know.
it looked like he did, but then they put him just out of sight, out of mind in an Uber, and they drive away, and he's not to be found because he's just laying in the back of the car.
No.
There's not our problem anymore. Go home. Felt so bad.
We sent him home to his kids. They
we've
were
confirmed
they
his-
expected him. Yep, he's good.
His livelihood.
Yeah, he's good.
He's living.
But yeah, it's never.
Dave, we're thinking about you,
Yeah.
dude.
Shout
Don't
out
do that
Dave.
again. Maybe 5 beers next time.
Yeah, or just not the edible. I think it was.
Right.
I think it was the edible that put him over. But
Yeah.
it's never fun when you're sitting in a sports
Crossfaded.
bar on a Saturday. Everybody's happy watching football, and all of a sudden you just hear the thud of a body hitting the ground,
big body.
and shaking the entire place. Yeah,
And Tim just
kills
played,
the vibe.
let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. We're like, Tim,
Bad
not the
timing.
right time,
It would
Bob.
have been to have a jukebox there to be able to play that would have been
Oh no!
a chef's
This
kiss.
is why you guys are going
The
to hell.
touch
I can't
tunes.
believe you. Making fun of someone's health.
No, Dave is the best. Dave's the man. Hope he's good. And yeah, we'll move on from that.
We'll move on from that. Hey, so why don't we transition into the NFL? Week 1 is coming up. If you thought that last weekend was great, we've got
Ooh.
NFL starting this week.
Yes.
And I want to revisit some of our previous bets.
Oh, yeah,
to
I got
see
'em.
if anything has paid off. I don't remember what they are. I
No,
know that
these
we
are
have
all
Super Bowl favorites.
These are all futures.
Right. And so, but I remember you said that we had the right to change our picks, barring no. And I'm not going to change my pick. This was your stipulation. Don't do that.
It was?
It was
I
your
would
stipulation.
never
Oh,
agree to-
absolutely. I will
I
roll,
hate change.
I will roll that back.
I hate
You
change.
absolutely said that. It was a barring
Go on.
something catastrophic that happens, a person could choose it. And maybe it was Braxton who said it, but someone said it, and it wasn't me.
It was Pete.
No, it was not.
So, like,
was
based
Pete.
on...
Was it actually?
I think it
might
was.
be me.
I think it was you.
It could have been me.
And nobody agreed.
It could have been me.
You're the only one that would bring up stuff for insurance.
True. That
Ever.
might be true.
Out of us three.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's open. Is there anything you guys want to change?
No, so we had Super Bowl picks, right?
Well, you want to start with the one college one?
Oh, sure.
College football champs, $50 each person, and we each got 2 teams.
Okay.
Braxton got Alabama and Michigan. Peter got Ohio State and Clemson. And I got Georgia and USC.
All right.
All right.
Any changes?
Nah.
Didn't think so. NFL MVP, $20 each. We each got 2 players. Peter, Patrick Mahomes, and Jonathan Taylor. Braxton, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. Miguel, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson.
I love my picks. Gonna stand by those.
I actually I'm not going to change it, but I have less confidence in Patrick Mahomes.
Well,
Jonathan Taylor's a bad pick. It's always a quarterback.
Well, also you got to remember when we did this, we did it in a snake draft style.
yeah, that's probably true. I don't like either of my picks, but I will stick with it.
Super Bowl champs, $50 each. 2 teams. Peter, Kansas City and Buffalo. Braxton, Baltimore and the Chargers. Miguel, Tampa Bay and the Rams.
Interesting. And we'll talk about this a little bit more with as we get into the NFL. I'm not high on Kansas City this year, but they've proved me wrong before.
You're not high on that Chief?
I ain't.
You don't like Sky Moore?
You don't
The
like
combination
Sky Moore?
of Juju and Jackson.
For somebody who loves TikTok, you should love Juju.
No,
You don't
I-
like Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
I don't think he's going to be very good
Rude.
Let's not
or
forget.
healthy.
Let's not forget
Rude.
the other bets though. Braxton, Oregon plus 11.5. Miguel, Georgia minus 11.5.
Yeah.
Which ended where he owed me 50.
Yeah.
Where we then went double or nothing on Miguel having Oregon State -3, Braxton Boise State +3.
So a hundo, huh?
Yeah. I think we might turn it to a double or nothing.
Oh, another double or nothing, huh? I saw that Walsh tried to take Oregon at +18.5, and that still was not so good for him.
I'm not taking double or nothing on this. I'm getting paid.
You sure?
Don't forget
the man's house poor. Of course he's sure.
Peter also says mask mandate back before end of October. Miguel says no, $20.
Oh,
Right. I actually think in certain cities it has come back a little bit, but
You have 1 month.
I do have
Not
1
here,
month,
brother.
and I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh,
so.
you have 2 months. It's end of October.
End of October. When it starts getting chilly, I've still got some hope.
Those are
Still
bad.
got some hope. Mask mandate. That's
Really crossing my fingers
Well,
for that
gotta
mask
love that.
mandate.
So, but if we look at the updated odds from Vegas Insider for the Super Bowl, I doubt a lot has changed.
Buffalo because everyone's writing Buffalo.
Exactly. Buffalo, Bucks, Chiefs, Rams, Packers, Chargers, 49ers, and Broncos have made a bit of a charge, I feel like.
This makes me want to
1700.
cheer against the Bills. Everyone all of a sudden
Yeah.
on their wagon
I
makes
don't-
me want to cheer against them.
But I would feel the same if they had gotten a few Super Bowls, but the way that they've lost these last couple years, like with that game against the Chiefs last year where it was just knock down, drag out, blood, sweat, tears, everything left on the field. It's like, God damn, I really just want to see Josh Allen and that team get one. Real quick, but once they get that one and everybody's still on it, I can see where it'd be like, okay, this is annoying. They got
Saying
it.
one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
all of their losses last year were insane.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, they ran into Derrick Henry. Or I guess Derrick Henry ran into them on that Monday night game where Tennessee ended up going for 2 and winning that game.
They had that weird one against the Jags where it was just like, what the fuck? The Bills should beat the Jags by 100.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I have this in my notes. It was like if they find a way to win those types of weird games, that's just the mark of a veteran, mature team. Yeah. And so that's why I think that, you take another step forward. However, in the first week, they've got the Rams. And what's really interesting, and I was going to bring this up later, but since we're talking about it, right now, the Bills are a 2.5-point favorite on the road at SoFi against the defending champions. Is that just an insane line that has just been moved by bettors, or are you guys buying that? Because if they were at home, that's a 5.5-point favorite against the defending Super Bowl champions, albeit, the Rams a little bit different. But I mean, they're a road favorite in the opener against the defending champions.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think about that game. I've looked at it a couple times on DraftKings, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
Do you think that point spread has something to do with the fact that Odell's not on the team yet?
I mean, they've had some injuries, with Henderson and Akers. I mean, right now with Stafford and his elbow, he's been really limited, but they say that he's 100%. The Rams legitimately are a Matthew Stafford injury away from being totally irrelevant. I mean, they have no depth at quarterback. I mean, it's just absolutely none. So he goes down, then we're talking about a totally different team, regardless of helmet swinging Aaron Donald, because he can't do that during a game.
No, he cannot.
So,
Are you sure?
Not allowed.
He's going.
I don't know if he's
Not
going to
allowed.
try that. So,
Not allowed.
I don't know. If you were betting on that game, you feel like you're taking the value with the Rams plus 2.5 at home?
I would probably bet that, and I would probably flex it. I'd probably try and flex a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely, throw this in a, 14 super teaser or whatever.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to stick to, as far as bets go. Obviously, we've got to put in our picks for the show, for the sheet. But as far as personal betting, I'm probably going to stick to Cooper Cup anytime touchdown type stuff. I don't think I'm maybe hit the over. I think
I can't wait for anytime touchdown bets. Baby.
yeah.
Can't wait to lose them all.
But Jesus Christ, a fly just flew directly in my eye.
Really? Nice.
I
Yeah,
do
good
want to
time.
read this for you guys. This is from Walsh.
Okay.
I'm 5-0 in the preseason. I'm dialed this year. Focus is back.
God damn, Walsh.
Give me the monster teasers. I'm ready to put money
teaser.
in.
Monster. Give me
I
the
said
monster.
super, my bad. But I'm ready for Walsh to come back hot. I think he finished the year, at like 45% or something?
It was
Yeah.
above that, but it's definitely lower than
Previous years.
someone that would be doing teasers, because I think with teasers you should be above a 75%.
We latched on a little
Better
too
than
hard.
60, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Latched on a little too hard to the Patriots last year, which
Yeah.
made me a little confused there, Walsh. Let's keep it a little bit more even keel. Let's not lean on one.
I think Walsh might have been a little distracted by somebody else last year.
Oh,
Well, you know who else is distracted is Trey
He's back.
Lance. Is Trey Lance with Jimmy G. Jimmy G back on the 49ers. It's caused a bit of a kerfuffle, a bit of a tension within the organization. Apparently, Trey Lance none too pleased that Jimmy G is back. I don't even think that he thought he was going to be back. What do you guys think about him being there versus
The depth chart hasn't switched, though.
no.
No.
But, I mean, it's still a distraction.
Yeah, and I think because if I'm Trey Lance, they have I forget the GM's name, but he came out
John
as
Lynch?
John Lynch?
John Lynch came out, and he basically was like, Trey Lance is our guy, right?
But he's got a bromance with Jimmy G.
But at the same time, they said that they were shopping out Jimmy G. Trey Lance thinks he's comfortable and confident in his position. Maybe he doesn't play super well, but the fact is, in this preseason games, he seems to be doing great. Maybe in practice he wasn't looking as confident or as strong. And then John Lynch is like, "Hey, well, shoot, should we just keep Jimmy G around for a second?" So if I'm Trey Lance, I'm kind of like, "What the fuck? I thought you guys said it was all me. You're confident. We're getting rid of this guy." Like, I'd kind of be like, do you not trust me? I'd be second guessing myself
and
a
not
little
only
bit.
that, but then what you do is you put a bunch of incentives in Jimmy G's contract that would eventually inflate it to upwards of like $16, $17 million if, in fact, he does become the guy again. So
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of
It's
like
odd.
you got to like shed yourself of those people and just be like, no matter what, you're our guy. Mac Jones, when they had Cam Newton, they got rid of Cam Newton, or he got rid of himself, or whatever. Right? With these other teams, you kind of look at second-year quarterbacks. You've got Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson. Like, who do we think is going to take the biggest step forward
Mac
as
Jones.
one of those quarterbacks?
Mac Jones.
You do?
He has the best coach.
Yeah,
He has the best coach. I think there's so much of the NFL that no matter how talented or skilled you are as a player, your situation and your location and the team that you're on matters so much. I mean, how many times have we seen a fucking Heisman winner not make it through the league because they were, not playing their position, or they just weren't used properly? And I think if we're talking about a second-year quarterback that's going to make a bigger splash, I'll take somebody with better coaching, with probably one of the best coaches in the game.
Yeah, and for those same reasons, I would say Trey Lance, just because they obviously have really good coaching at San Francisco, but I think obviously New England's coaching is a little bit better. I think where the 49ers give Trey Lance more is the actual talent around him and the ability to have guys around him that can make plays. So that's why I would say Trey Lance, but I totally agree with you. Mac Jones would be
The
my
only
second.
reason I would take Mac Jones over Trey Lance is because Mac Jones played all season most of
He
the
did.
season last
Yeah,
year.
and I guess you can't even
He has that in
consider
his
Trey
bag.
Lance as like a second-year guy because he's like a fourth-year guy technically. But I would just, in my mind, I put him in that same group as kind of his first full year out there.
I think that like the one thing that makes me fade the Jones pick a little bit is the fact that the Patriots have traded in Josh McDaniels for Joe Judge as your quarterback's coach. And, with Trevor Lawrence, the chance to be with Doug Peterson, a Super Bowl winning coach, offensive-minded, kind of a new staff that, a good quarterback coach in Milinovich, or however you say his name. I think that just, again, kind of the confidence there. I don't know, that's kind of why I might favor Trevor Lawrence a little bit to take maybe a bit more of a quantum leap. Not necessarily like who's going to be the best, but maybe like who's going to take the biggest step forward. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be Justin Fields. Zach Wilson and his health, who knows at this point.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that knee, I probably would say Zach Wilson. Obviously, with his great offseason, couldn't have gotten better media recognition for his performance out there in his performance field, I guess you could say. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that the Jaguars are probably going to hit the over in their season wins. I do think they're going to have that improvement. But I don't know. A quantum leap is not something not verbiage I would use explaining Trevor Lawrence this season.
Who do I think is going to make that leap in their sophomore season? I think Mac Jones. Who do I want to see make that leap? Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I think investing that money, I mean, I don't think it's that wild, but investing as much money as they did for Christian Kirk and to give him that a top, like a tier 2, tier 3 receiver, I think you saw flashes of James Robinson after Urban Meyer left and how he's actually a very good back.
Yeah, and Travis Etienne.
And he's going to be back and be able to contribute. I think he has enough around him, and I'd like to see them take the next step.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him succeed.
And, there's a couple of teams that we've mentioned within the Jets as well as the Jags. This was an interesting stat that I came across as we were researching, or as I was researching for tonight, is that they're in 17 of the last 19 seasons, a team that was in the last place in their division then went on the following year to win their division. So, the Ravens, the Lions, the Jets, Broncos, Jags, Giants, Seahawks, and Panthers were all last place in their respective divisions last year. Who among those?
Say the teams again.
Ravens, Lions, Jets, Broncos, Jags, Giants, Seahawks, Panthers. Who is going to go from last to first?
The Ravens finished last?
Yeah.
They were 8
The
and 9.
Ravens.
Yeah, they were
How
8
the
and 9.
fuck were they last?
I mean, they were just in a tough
Injury.
division. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
Lamar got
they
hurt.
literally had, I think.
And all of their running backs.
Here's
remember?
another one that I said. Baltimore's projected.
Remember?
Yeah. Baltimore's projected 2021 starters missed a combined 114 games due to injury or illness, causing the team to miss the playoffs for the first time in 4 seasons.
Yeah, the Ravens, I think, out of that list is going to have the biggest comeback. I have a future on them, obviously, in our picks that we just went through, but also on DraftKings for the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. I think out of that division, obviously, the Browns, I would love to see that happen. I don't think it's going to happen this year with everything that's going on. So I have a lot of faith in the Ravens.
J.K. Dobbins,
I think
rushing record.
Oh, I think J.K. Dobbins could be dangerous this year.
Sleeper.
Yeah.
Absolute sleeper.
Again, health has got to be part of it.
Yeah, well, we'll see, Pete.
You don't know shit about health.
You don't know. There's a couple of players, and we're talking about fading players or fading teams. A couple of players that I'm fading and I stayed very much away from during our fantasy football draft. And those 2 specific players were Deebo Samuel and Kyler Murray, because they followed the same recipe, the same format in their disgruntled playerness during the offseason. Whether or not they were used correctly or they wanted a new contract, they scrubbed their social media, then they put out this Notes app statement, and then they, drag people through, through the media, and then they get their new deal, and then they come back and they go, you guys just made this all up. You manufactured this drama. Like, when you literally conjured this up on your own, and being on a new contract and to just kind of like pout about not having, hundreds of millions of dollars, that's why I'm fading.
You just hate when people try to get paid.
Yeah.
This whole shut up and dribble thing needs to end.
Oh, come
Season
on
3.
now. Well, the Lamar Jackson one is the next one because, he obviously deserves to get paid, but he continues to wait out to see, how he can get the most amount of money, right? Russell Wilson just got $165 million guaranteed, and that's still not enough. But then maybe he's looking for a fully guaranteed something that's more than Deshaun Watson at $230 million.
The thing is, all of us in our day-to-day lives would do this if our bosses wouldn't tell us to go fuck yourself and just bounce. But they have the star power and the skill to be able to do that because they know the team can't be without him.
Yeah.
If I did
stupid
that
to
shit
let
at
him
work
on.
tomorrow, they'd be like, "See ya, there's a door."
Lie.
Yeah. It's a nice feeling being irreplaceable.
I'm
I
so
can only
dispensable,
imagine.
they don't even see me.
Let's see. I was going to talk about strength of schedule. Actually, now let me bring this up real quick because I think that it matters in the context of, how we're going to choose, how we look at teams throughout the year. So the 5 easiest schedules this year are the Giants, Eagles, Colts, Bears, and Lions. The Eagles are projected, dark horse team to do well. Toughest schedules being the Chiefs, Rams, Raiders, Steelers, and Texans. Texans got a rough go of it. So
Texans are moving down to the WNBA.
I heard.
So when you think about, do we want to try and pick the playoffs now? Do we want to look?
Hell no.
No,
Okay,
not yet.
Whatever.
So many things will change in the first
That's
4
why
weeks.
you do it now.
So I say we
What are we picking? Like which
teams go to the playoffs?
Like
I'd say
all the teams that are going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like we can each pick one. I'll tell you, I have a bet that the Eagles will make the playoffs.
I don't think that's a bad bet.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of easy ones like the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bucks. I think all these folks will make the playoffs. But what I would love to do this thought exercise, as you would say, Peter.
Yes.
However, I think it would be a lot more fun if we could do it like after week 2 or after week 4, once we have just a little bit of a taste.
A little bit of a sample size.
Because it's a season opener for us as well. We need to learn some things. We need to adjust to what we're working with.
Okay.
I
So
don't even remember how football is scored.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't fully confident in in the picks that you might make now, give me one team that you're super excited about that's like a lock. Yeah, give me a team that you're like excited about and then a team that you can't get a read on.
Like I don't have to be a fan of that team. I'm just excited to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I think Philly. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be a lot better this season. I think Devontae Smith is going to be a lot
He's got
better.
A.J. Brown with
A.J.
him.
Brown, his running back crew or running back committee, like
That's
Miles,
what I'm a little bit afraid of. Is their running back by committee?
But see, that's the thing. Everyone's writing the Bills how they're going to make the playoffs and make a deep run. They're the exact same. Their running back one is Singletary.
Yeah.
It-
And then
they
they've
all-
got Cook behind him. They've got a couple guys.
Yeah. And you're talking about, I know that Miles Sanders being RB1 and then what, Boston Scott, Kenneth
believe so.
Gainwell or something. It's not the best, but Jalen Hurts is also back there. And I think they're going to make the biggest jump. I'm most excited about them.
For me, I think that the team that I had Eagles down. The Vikings are a team that I want to watch this year as well, with a new head coach that believes in his quarterback, with a wide receiver in Justin Jefferson who aspires to get 2,000 yards, with Dalvin Cook as your
Thielen's
running
back
back.
too,
Thielen
right?
is back. He's a captain. And then you also have I guess now they've got Jalen Reagor on the team as well, who was the guy that the Vikings were so excited that the Eagles had drafted so that they can go and draft Justin Jefferson. So I think that's going to be interesting. They've got a good offensive line. The defense is going to be good as well. So, depending on how the Packers do,
It's really just going to be up to the Vikings running and getting in their own way.
Sure.
Yeah.
And kind of like
Yeah, as
have
long
some
as-
growing pains. a
Also,
little
I
bit
think
as well.
fantasy football-wise, they have the best backup running back to have.
Yeah,
I think
Madison.
You get him, you lock him up because you don't know what's going to happen to Dalvin Cook,
The
but
old
that guy's
cuff
actually
back.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I'm actually going to throw 2 teams out there. I think I'm very up on the Bills, but I'm not like excited. I think they are at that level. They need to continue. It's not, the expectation is already there for them to be good. So I would say the 2 teams that I'm like really excited to see their growth and see how they do is the Chargers. Are they going to take that next step to get into the playoffs? To
Such a talented roster.
Absolutely.
So
and,
good.
and I think that the timing is right. The growth is there with Justin Herbert. I think, obviously, he's a favorite to win the MVP. So I think everybody kind of thinks that he's going to have this big step-up year.
But in a really tough division.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think it not only is it going to be exciting to watch those games just because of the division that they're in, they're going to be really competitive, exciting games. But if they're winning those games and they're making that run, that's going to be really awesome to see. And then also just Oregon fandom, I guess. I'm really excited to see Marcus Mariota in a new location. And I think the Falcons have a young team. There's a lot of talent.
As a starter, too.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm really excited to see them. I don't know if I have a lot of faith or confidence in them having a ton of success this year, but I'm excited to watch them and see how that goes.
A couple other teams that I kind of excited about but have not a lot of expectation for. I'm all aboard the Lions train after Hard Knocks. Did you know I watched Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you.
Yeah.
Watch Hard. I don't
He
think
watched
that
it.
I don't think that Hard Knocks has ever helped a team more than Hard Knocks helped the Lions this year.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've also watched Hard Knocks, Peter.
Wow.
And I do think that I have a little bit of bias thinking that they're going to win more games than they probably will. But I'm not completely fooled. I still think they're probably not going to be that great. I'm going to say under 6 wins.
Okay.
On the old Lions. But I'm excited to watch
I will
them.
go back to this footage when they finish 8 and 9. It'll be like,
I would love to see them one more.
You know, that's okay if they do. I will say, though, something I saw today is Jared Goff is 5-0 against the spread in home openers. Food for thought.
Oh, also another, and maybe that was because he was with Sean McVay forever, because Sean McVay also 5-0 in openers. So, just
as soon as
so you know.
who gets it when they split?
Well, he was with Detroit last year, and he still covered.
And he's
so.
still.
Outside of teams, though, I will say, you know what else I'm excited about? Because of what the LSU receivers has shown, how Justin Jefferson just came out and didn't play like a rookie, how Jamar Chase came out and didn't play like a rookie. There's the new wave of wide receivers. I'm very excited to see how they do. Olave from Ohio State with the Saints. Drake London, who I'm very big on Drake London with Atlanta, I think,
he's
right?
with the Falcons, too.
And the other guy from Ohio State.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, those three. I'm curious to see if they're going to have
What about Williams with the Lions? Who am I thinking
Where's he
of?
from?
Ohio State, I believe.
Yeah.
So 3 from Ohio State and then Drake London.
And then Sky Moore. Can't forget
Oh,
about
Jameson Williams, Alabama.
Jameson Williams. Oh, Alabama.
Yeah, bad.
Sorry, my bad.
Sky Moore's second year, right? Or is he a rookie?
He's a rookie.
Yeah, but I'm curious to see if they're going to have the explosive first year the way that Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson had.
Yeah, it's a great receiver class. I mean, you got to assume that at least 1 or 2 of them have.
I mean, 3 of them went in the top 10, right? 3 or 4?
I don't know if it was top 10, but they were first round for sure.
Yeah, I think, we were probably
London-
by top 15.
London, Olave, Wilson,
Williams.
and Williams all went in the top 10.
Or top 15.
It was like
Yeah.
4. It was like
I think
4,
it was top 15.
5, 6.
But yeah, that a lot of good receivers that came are having their rookie seasons this year for sure.
There's another team that I am excited about, similar to the Lions, but don't know if they're going to take that leap yet, which are the New York Jets. So obviously a couple of great draft classes, a lot of hype coming out of those drafts. Zach Wilson has been dinged up in the preseason, however, and they have a top 5 toughest schedule as well. So I think that those kind of like move against them a little bit. Still kind of a younger, a newer head coach as well. So I'd like to see the Jets do well. I don't think they're going to, though.
Yeah, I think with Zach Wilson having injury trouble, that hope is diminishing. So we'll see.
Is Mike White still on their team?
I think so.
I think so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then they're going to be fine.
Yeah, I think they're
Just
fine.
start them.
And they got Joe Flacco.
Of course, yeah.
QB3?
I think he might be bumped up to QB2. But
Joey. The guy has a Super Bowl under his belt.
Seahawks are going to suck. I can't believe that the Seahawks think that they're going to be good. They just like refuse to admit that they're in just this total rebuild and are just like, no.
Have they
we're
picked
just
a
in
QB?
a retool. Yeah, Geno Smith.
which is
I feel bad
tough
for
choice.
DK.
I feel bad for Lockett. He's the one who's getting towards the end of his, playing career. It's probably going to affect him the most. DK's in a position where he could probably request a trade in the next couple years.
Well, I mean, he just signed that extension as well.
But I'm in the next couple years, I'm sure that if he requested something, they could make something work.
Find a way to get him out.
Yeah.
They'll tank and get whoever's coming out of this draft.
Okay, so
Stetson.
a couple of other things before I talk about week 1. An interesting thing this year, the Saints have the opportunity to beat all the Bird teams. Not only do teams obviously not get scheduled against all the Bird teams, but the chance
Fucking stat.
the chance to beat all the Bird teams. So noting that has never happened before, and they
I
have
like
the
to think
opportunity
you have
do
an
this year.
NFL obscure stat
I
book that
do,
you look
yeah.
up before we
I
get here.
do.
Is
I was
it-
all day was looking this
Can
stuff
I ask
up.
for some clarification on that? They have the chance to beat all the Bird teams in their history or in one season?
In one season. Yeah.
Oh.
So the Eagles, Ravens, Cardinals, Falcons, and Seahawks, they play each one of those teams this year, and no team who have faced all the Bird teams in one year have not swept all the Bird
Braxton
teams.
hates birds.
I do hate birds.
Yeah, so you are a big Saints fan.
And the next
I
thing
am.
you're going to hit us with is the last 10 Rookie of the Year winners all have a birthmark on their left ass cheek.
That would be awesome if I could parlay that somehow.
Yeah, if you could parlay the Bird team games.
The Bird Killer parlay.
Send DraftKings an email. Just can you put this together?
Yeah.
It
I'll
exists.
take it.
I mean,
Boost it too.
people are
Yeah,
talking
boost
about
it, baby. Let's
People
go.
are talking about it. So obviously, week 1, and you were talking about a confidence meter of not necessarily wanting to make the picks for the playoffs or whatever. Week 1 of 2021 offered us a 38-3 game with the Saints and the Packers, and I am curious if we go up and down the NFL week 1 schedule, which game potentially could be poised for that type, where an underdog,
blowout?
when underdog blows out the favorite.
I don't. Oh, underdog blows out the favorite.
Correct.
I had one going the other way. That was top of mind because, in my opinion, looking at this board or this schedule for this weekend, there's a lot of close games. In my opinion, a lot of toss-ups that I'm kind of unsure about who's going to come out on top. However, there's pretty much 2 games that I'm fairly sure on. The Colts over the Texans.
Sure.
I think
Which
that-
would be poised for the opposite that I'm
Yes.
talking about.
But now that you kind of bring this up, the second one might be poised because I was thinking the Tennessee Titans can handle the Giants pretty well.
Right.
But now that
At
I'm thinking
home.
about it, why can't the Giants beat the Titans week 1?
God, I can't wait to bring
Are
this
you
back.
just talking
Why
about?
not?
Are you
Why
just talking
can't
about
they?
like a big favorite?
A big favorite
Going the
yeah,
opposite way.
or at least one that you would expect. I would imagine that people expect the Eagles to beat the Lions.
I think I'm going to take the Giants as my underdog of the week. I think I'm going to lay some money on that because I don't know why I just convinced myself. I think the Giants are going to beat the Titans.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'll take? The Monday night game.
The Seahawks?
Seahawks to beat Russell.
Oh, that would be sweet.
That would be something.
In Seattle, Pete Carroll's going to get them all fired up to beat their former quarterback Monday night.
Geno Smith just balls the fuck out.
Fucking wins 48-3.
Goes 32 for 35, 4 touchdowns.
DK, 4 touchdowns, 350 yards. That's my pick.
Geno runs one in.
Geno backflips into the end zone for his 17th rushing touchdown.
Flips off Russell. Fuck Sierra. Whoa.
Right there.
Remember?
Is this one? This one is not a huge spread, so I guess that kind of has to be a huge spread. It's just that the stats or the facts are against them. Is that the Jaguars are only 3-point underdogs to the Commanders. However, in their history, I was kind of looking this up. Where are we at? Commanders are 6-1 all time against the Jags going into the season opener. They've won the last 4 meetings. The only time the Jags beat the Commanders was in 2002. So, they're It's not like
historical
huge,
underdogs.
Historical underdogs.
What's DN's name? Chase
Young?
Chase Young. Is he back? He's good.
I believe so. But I haven't heard a lot about him or seen any clips of him doing anything. And I follow him on Instagram, so maybe I'll say no, he's not back.
But if I were to pick something of a bigger spread, the first one that came to mind was the Texans and the Colts, actually. I mean, the Colts, stunk it up against...
I think the Texans are going to be shit.
They're going to be real bad, yeah.
I
but,
think
You have
this is like
zero
their one
faith on
Super
Davis
Bowl.
Mills?
No, I don't. So sorry.
And I also... I
like Brandon Cooks.
I also kind of like the Cardinals. I mean, they are home... They're home underdogs by 4.5 points.
The
Cardinals are home underdogs to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh. I could see that. The Chiefs I could see having a slow start. So I could see that for sure.
So maybe I'll take that one, especially being at home. Kyler's usually hot. They can get some pressure on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, the new Call of Duty hasn't come out.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm kind of fading the Chiefs so far this year. I think it's going to take them a little bit of time to figure out their offense.
Why?
And I think it's going to take them time to figure out their offense.
But why? You're basing that off of what happened to them last year?
I'm taking that the fact that like they're having to rethink their lives without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they have a
and
lot
that
of new
Juju's going to be your
people.
main guy.
But you remember the point we made last year on why they had that slump before they figured things out?
Because they were trying to ISO, they were trying to force the ball to those two guys?
Because Patrick Mahomes, because of the skill that he had around him, he didn't have to stay disciplined. He could chuck it up and Tyreek would go get it. And now he's had an entire offseason to be disciplined, to know that he doesn't have Tyreek. So I think it's going to be the exact opposite. I think they've been able to practice without having a guy like that can outrun everyone. And I think they're going to be a lot better.
One can, I mean, for their sake, they would, to be able to figure that out. But to also then be in a really tough division the way that they are, I don't know. I could see them still making the playoffs, but maybe as a 10-7 team. As a wild card.
You're wrong.
It's a
I
hot
might
take.
be.
10-7. But I don't know. I can agree with that. The Cardinals seem to start off hot usually. The Chiefs obviously have shown that they can stumble at the beginning, especially with new pieces or, taking on new strategy or whatever it is. I don't think the Chiefs are going to struggle long term. I don't know if they're going to only win 10 games. I'd probably put the over on that, but I could see that happening is my point. I don't think that's a terrible underdog play. The value on Arizona I can see is there.
The Cards will be hot until Kyler gets hurt.
Right. I mean, like we're talking about, 8-9 weeks into the season, or maybe like right before DeAndre Hopkins comes back, and then you have no one who can.
Kyler Murray's going to Kyler his way around the field, and then he'll get hurt, and then the Cards will go, oh, we have James Conner. Give him the ball. Remember how he did last year?
Yeah.
And he'll get hurt because they gave him the ball too much. It's a great strategy.
Any other fun hot takey things when we think about this year?
I heard about a German Shepherd selling its house for $30 million.
Well, we'll push that.
I just wanted to say it because it sounds so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
We were that was
Who
funny.
was his realtor?
We hadn't updated the sheet in a while, and I had some evergreen topics that one of them was German Shepherd sells house for $30 million.
How did we ever skip this topic?
Must have been a Pothicked house.
We're done. We're done. I've got nothing.
Is the whole clap thing you're having us do would be like the director's thing, like
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
We should just get one of those.
You want to?
Should we shout out our sponsors?
Well,
Scrimmage even paying us? Scrimmage, are you paying us still?
Hello. We're on video now.
Well, we did give them one shout out, I believe.
Scrimmage?
Yeah.
Boneyard?
Well, no, I'm saying total in our lifetime. I think we've given Scrimmage one shout out.
We'll be around.
But we did mention Boneyard. We're not drinking those tonight because we're waiting for our replenishment.
Replenish.
If
You're
you
added a
recall.
T.
Replenishment.
We
So-
need 4 cases.
So yes, you'll see us drinking Boneyard, but nonetheless, it is delicious. Always is. Always has been. I wish I could have a refreshing RPM on my lips at this moment, but we can only wait until the next time we crack a crisp, fresh Boneyard. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you for your sponsorship. And also, if you haven't checked out Scrimmage, check it out. One of the greatest sports betting apps out there.
It's on our Twitter.
It'll be
Absolutely.
really helpful, especially as we get into this first week, because it'll give you the best odds throughout all of the different sports books, and it will also give you enough articles related to each game that will help you.
It's
with
also
your
our first
predictions.
opportunity to use Scrimmage during NFL.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
started
got it
during basketball.
during basketball.
Yeah, especially if you live in a city where you have multiple betting sports books that are allowed in your city or your county or your state. This is going to put them all together in one place, so you can choose which line is best for you and best for your bet. So please download Scrimmage. Please use our link. Let them know that we're the ones who sent you there.
And-
Also, Walsh, I know we're going to promote his monster teaser for week 1 isn't out yet. I know he usually waits till like Wednesday or early Thursday, but we, with his permission, we'll share that on our Twitter once he releases the week 1 monster teaser, and then I think we're gonna plan on having him like week 2 or week 3 as a guest.
And make sure to listen and subscribe to not only our Spotify, our Apple Music, but then also on our YouTube page.
Yeah,
because
we're
Now
gonna
we got
have
video.
some video. What's up, motherfuckers?
there you
I didn't
are.
mean that.
That's
I
a
love you.
community guidelines thing. Now they're gonna take us down.
Waterfuckers is a term of endearment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something we're gonna have to think about. We can't like show boobs
No boobs
unless it's for like
How many times have we shown
unless
boobs?
it's medical.
Well, we show your asshole a lot.
That's not boobs.
We could make it boobs, but then we couldn't show it.
Have I shown nips?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tons. We've seen almost your entire.
I mean,
body.
Your
we have
entire body.
put them up on TikTok, and they've never gotten flagged, right?
Yeah, they did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sure
we've,
did.
We've had a couple of them.
Sure did.
We had Pete's clothed ass get flagged.
So if we're doing that shit,
No one wants to see.
do we
that,
just
even
blur
when
it
it's
out
low.
on YouTube?
Yeah, we'll just blur. it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would probably take a while before they noticed that we were doing anything like that. But it's something we should probably try to avoid, is showing nudity unless it's for medical purposes.
Always
and
medical.
educational
Always medical.
Yeah.
purposes. But yeah, shout out to the sponsors.
Follow us
shout
at
out-
official IJMS. As
Yeah,
well.
follow us. Subscribe to the YouTube.
Subscribe to YouTube because that's how we're gonna be able to pay for our meals and drinks
Yeah.
to keep doing this for you.
Okay.
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 And we'll the podcast and video will come out generally now on Wednesdays in preparation for Thursday Night Football. We're going to be kind of doing a little bit look ahead versus kind of a look back. We're doing kind of a hybrid of that tonight, but this season, look for our episodes on YouTube and on all of your streaming audio platforms on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Bitch. Sorry.
The loser of week 1 will have to consume the rest of whatever is inside
Straight
of this golden
garbage juice.
Jaguar, which could be really high quality tequila.
Technically,
It's a mystery door.
It's
it's tequila that's aged. That could kill us.
Aged in
garbage.
trash. Recyclable
We're garbage people. man.
trash. We are garbage people.
Well, that's it.
Yeah? Did we do it?
That
Why
was
do we say goodbye to the camera now
that
that
was
there's video? I'm all
perfect.
awkward.
That was perfect.
See, when you say it, I can
You
can
get it
feel,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
see why.
We have a new sign out.
Oh yeah, what's our new?
You know, I didn't think about that at all. I really like our one from season 2. I think it's unique.
But I mean, we're gonna have a new intro
I know.
for audio, for video.
little on the
we
spot.
need new sign out.
So I'm trying to filibuster.
Maybe
while
we
I think of
maybe we do
something.
it for this one and we think about it.
Okay.
Maybe we'll poll the
Well-
audience on
well,
at official.
How about
IJMS.
this? I will guarantee by the time there is a new intro, we will have a new outro. So fair?
Yeah, we could be the cock commanders.
Yeah, we'll table that. Yeah?
Put it in beta.
Okay. Clear eyes.
Sports.
Can't lose.